It's a heat wave at the moment, but things are certainly hotting up in Formula 1, that's for sure, with Ferrari getting some form at the right time just as we reach the midpoint of the season. 11 races gone, 11 more to come, and it kicks off once more with the French Grand Prix this coming weekend. But let's dive into all the news in Formula 1 to kick off the week as we build up to the French Grand Prix here at GPFans. While Charles Leclerc is apparently loving his battles on track with Max Verstappen this season, his teammate Carlos Sainz doesn't have such fond memories in the sport with the Dutchman, at least according to Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko. According to Marko, Sainz had a toxic relationship with the Dutch driver during their time together at Toro Rosso, as the Spaniard struggled to mesh with his young teammate. Verstappen came into the sport at 17, with Sainz paired alongside him, aged just 20 at the time, and many thought the young pairing could become successful together, with both drivers fresh faces in the sport, but with driving heritage in their family, with Jos Verstappen, of course, a former F1 driver, and Carlos Sainz Sr., a two-time former World Rally champion. But the Red Bull advisor revealed the relationship between the pair never really blossomed, with Sainz struggling to get out of the shadow of his father, while Verstappen was promoted to Red Bull Racing alongside the then thriving Danny Ricciardo. For a long time, he lived in the shadow of his father, the two-time World Rally champion, said Marko. He was unfairly saddled with the image of being the spoiled son of a racing driver, whereas on the contrary, Carlos had to fight consistently to get ahead. It was Sainz's bad luck to get Max as a teammate. Meanwhile, at current day Red Bull, Christian Horner has thrown a word of warning to Formula 1 ahead of this weekend's French Grand Prix, as the issue of track limits looks set to be at the forefront of the conversation in the sport. The Austrian Grand Prix a few weekends ago saw the issue take centre stage, with over 40 incidents of drivers leaving the track acknowledged by the stewards, with numerous penalties handed out to drivers that pushed the Red Bull Ring's boundaries that bit too far. Max Verstappen was very vocal in his criticism of the FIA's handling of the issue that weekend, and heading into the French Grand Prix, his team principal has fired a word of warning to the sport, saying that the large runoff areas at the Paul Ricard circuit will likely cause the issue to pop up again. "I think Paul Ricard will be a bigger issue," said Horner. "There is genuine time gain to be had, and you've got acres of tarmac there, so it's just inviting you to run offline." So where do you stand on the track limits issue? Do large runoff areas invite drivers to use more than just the width of the circuit, and should it be enforced as harshly as it was in Austria? We're running that poll on gpfans.com. That's where you can find all of the latest news in F1.